I'm giving the survival vlog videos a new twist. It's called Survive Life, Back to Basics. We live in trying times, and guys, we are bombarded by negativity on a daily basis. We need to focus, get back to basics, and start to live our lives as they were meant to be lived. Guys, I believe we weren't supposed to live the way that we do today. We are in a situation where modern life has taken so much away from us. We perceive to have freedom, but we really don't. We are bound by so many rules. We are bound by so many things that complicate our lives. Email, cell phones, all these things are supposed to make our lives so much easier, but in fact, it's stealing our time. It's making our lives much more complicated, but the simple fact is that we cannot survive nowadays without relying on the modern technology that's been created. We can't get away from that world, but what we can get away from is allowing all our time to be stolen by unnecessary things. Guys, my new vlog title is Survive Life, Back to Basics. And I believe that's exactly what we need to do. We can't stop working. We can't stop relying on our government for certain things. We can't stop relying on modern technology to be able to perform our tasks and to be able to perform our jobs. But what we can do is we can make decisions to have more fulfilled lives. Guys, all this pressure is making it so easy for us to lose focus and to neglect our families, to neglect your own personal health. I believe we were supposed to live very simplistic lives. And nowadays, we live far from that. Guys, we need to get back to basics. We need to start looking after our families. Guys, it's our responsibility to start looking at ourselves as well. We've got a responsibility to live absolutely extraordinary, adventure-filled lives. I believe we're not supposed to live this meager get-by life that we currently, most of us, are caught up in. We need to get out and have adventure. We need to take stock of what our life is. And when challenges come across our path and we are faced with those challenges, we should see them as opportunities to grow. You will never grow if you're not challenged. But people that live a very protected life doesn't really grow that much. So every time an opportunity arrives or comes across your path to learn something new in the form of a challenge, or as we perceive it as a difficulty, guys, we should cherish that, say thank you, and then step up, overcome that challenge, and learn important lessons. I'm going to be very personal with you on these videos, and I'm going to share with you some of my own personal experiences. I'm going to share with you stories with permission from my students that I've heard around the campfire. My wife left me 11 years ago, and that day that she asked me to leave was the most devastating day of my life. I thought my whole existence came to a standstill and I couldn't function. Guys, it took me 7 years to recover from that trauma in my life. And when I finally was man enough to sit back and realize and think about what happened, I realized that it was my own fault. I was completely to blame for not looking after my wife the way that I should. I was completely at blame for not loving her the way that I should have. And I regretted every single moment. But taking my own advice, I started overcoming that. And I started putting it into perspective and started to focus on the important lessons that I learned instead of that feeling of regret and loss that I was living with for so long. Since I made that decision, my life has changed. It can happen to you as well. And I want to share this story with you, and I want to share my personal experience with you to stop you from making a mistake now. If I knew then what I know now, I would never have made that mistake. And who knows where my life might have been. But God is a God of grace, and He will always open new doors for us. He will always uplift us, and if we do our little part, God will do the rest. And He will certainly provide for us in ways that we never thought possible. We need this. We need hope and we need faith. And that's my most important message to you guys today, is to start surviving life by getting back to basics. Start living adventures. Start living an absolutely fulfilled, adventure-filled life. And start to cherish all the amazing blessings that you have in your life. I hope to meet every single one of you guys around the campfire on a survival course at Boswa, so that we can share memories, that I can hear your stories, and that I can cry with you and also celebrate your victories with you. Guys, I bless you all, and I hope that every single one of you will be protected, and that you will be looked after, and that you will be blessed in ways that were you never thought possible. Thank you for watching my video, and please remember to subscribe so that you can continue to receive these messages, and also please go and like this video and share it with all your friends.